two-way table questions generally appear on non-calculator papers, so all the addition and subtraction sums you have to do need to be done manually. As a rule, if you're looking at a two-way table, the place to start is where you have just one blank, either in a row or a column. So looking at the information I've got, there are a couple of places that I could start. I could start in this column here, as I have one space here, but I'm just going to start actually in this column here, fill out this space here. Now this is a total of all of these totals, so I'm going to calculate that by adding up 23, 34 and 13. I add all of those up, I get 70. So my first box is filled in with the 70. That creates a 3 out of 4 row along the bottom, all of my totals. Now I can work out how many medium-sized bookshelves I need to make by adding up the two numbers I already have. 20 plus 14 gives me a total of 34. And subtracting that 34 from 70, and that will then give me the blank. 70 subtract 34 gives me a total of 36. So you can see I'm moving around the table, filling out the next blank as it appears every time. I'm going to go for the number of medium-sized pine bookshelves now. And there I have a completed two-way table. I use a frequency tree in the same way as I use a two-way table. The biggest difference between the two methods is that on a frequency tree I don't have the opportunity to write my totals in quite the same way as I would in a two-way table. If you have a question to be answered by a frequency tree, you will always have enough information given to populate the tree and then calculate the missing spaces. So in this particular question we have 150 pupils have been surveyed in Year 8. So we have a total of 150 pupils to put in our very first box. It then goes on to say in the question that 85 of the pupils were boys and the rest were girls. So 85 goes in my boys branch. Now I have a subtraction sum to do to work out how many girls I have left. That subtraction sum shows me that I have 65 girls out of the total of 150. The next piece of information I'm given is with regard to the boys and the fact that 14 of the boys were late on Monday. So looking at the late branch, I can put 14 in this box here, and then the second piece of information says 8 of the girls were late. So looking at the girls branch, in the late box I can put 8 here. And then to complete the tree I need to do a subtraction sum for both of these, and that will give me the number of boys and girls that were on time. So with regard to the boys it's 85 subtract 14, and with regard to the girls it's 65 subtract 8. Once I've completed those sums, I can put those numbers into the boxes that are blank. So boys on time amount to 71 and girls on time amount to 57. That's the two-way table completed. But this is a two-part question, as questions very often are with regard to two-way tables and frequency trees, and that's a probability question. Now I'm asked, what is the probability if a pupil was chosen at random that they are a girl who arrived on time? And we know probability is always written as a fraction. So if a pupil is chosen at random out of the entire group, we know that this fraction is going to have a denominator of 150 because that is the entire group. And the numerator is taken from the number of pupils that actually conform to what we're being asked for. And in this instance, it's a girl arriving on time. So following our branch, girls arriving on time, we have 57. So the probability given as a fraction is 57 out of 150.